Hi guys, so I'm back with another book haul / in my mailbox, and I'm sorry because it's going to be a huge one. I don't even know how many books are here. I sat down to record this and I just kept finding more books that I hadn't hauled, so I apologise. And firstly, I'd like to show some things that are book related but aren't really books. The first two are colouring books. I have a couple more of these but I've never shown them. But the first one is Enchanted Forest, and this is the one by Joanna Basford, and the other one is Secret Garden, again by Joanna Basford. These are the two that I've wanted for absolutely ages. They're sort of the ones that kind of started the adult colouring book trend, and they were £5 each in Sainsbury's. I have started this one. Okay, there we go. And I am actually going to do videos about adult colouring, and by the time this video goes up, one should have already gone up. So if you're interested in adult colouring books, look at my other videos because there should be one on this one. The other thing that I bought was two bookmarks from Waterstones, and they're both Alice in Wonderland related. The first one is this one. It's sort of the original illustrations coloured in and made into bookmarks. And then this one here. I just really love them and thought I needed to have those. So on to the books that I have to show you. Like I said, there's absolutely loads. So as always, I'll start with books that I very kindly received for review. And the first couple are from Hodder. The first one is Reawakened by Colleen Houck. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce her name. This is a young adult title, and it's something to do with an Egyptian prince and a 17-year-old girl and the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it sounds like it's going to be really good. I really love Egyptology. It's something that has interested me from a very young age, so this will be interesting, I think. I haven't read the Tiger's Curse series by her. I know it was very popular, but it's not one that I've ever read. But I'm really intrigued by this one, and I really like the cover to this one. The second one from Hodder, I was so excited when this arrived in the post, and it's Tempting the Best Man by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the first book in her Gamble Brothers series. It's only a small one. I think it's more of an adult series. But I've never read them. They're being published in physical format for the first time, but I've never read them. So that'll be interesting. And that one comes out on the 13th of August. That one is already out now. And so is Reawakened. So there's those. The next books that I have are from Headline, and the first one is The Last True Vampire by Kate Baxter. I'm really excited for this one because it came with a little card here, and it says basically, if you're fans of J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood series, tick, yes I am. If you like Nalini Singh's Side Changeling books, tick, yes I do. And if you love Lara Agent's Midnight Breed, tick. I love all three of those, so if it's anything like any one of those series, I should enjoy it. So I'm excited for this one. And does it say when it is out? No, I don't think it does. But yeah, I'm excited for this one, and I hope to get to that one soon. The next two that I have from Headline are Conquest and Empire by John Connolly and Jennifer Rudyard, and this is the Chronicles of the Invaders series. So I think it's sort of about a girl and a boy that are from opposing sides. I think one is sort of like an alien and the other is like a human, and they're on opposite sides, but they join forces, I think. I love the covers to these, and I'm not doing a very good job of explaining them, but I really am being drawn to this, and I want to read it soon, I think. Oh god, there's just book towers everywhere. The next one is also from Headline, and it's Nymphs, and this sounds like a mix between, what's it called? Lies Beneath by Anne Greenwood Brown and the Mermaid series by, oh god, I've completely blanked. I can't think of her name. Anyway, but it's about this town and a young man is found dead after a college party, and I think it's something to do with sort of like mermaids. This young girl is approached by two mysterious women. They're beautiful, and there's just this whole mystery after this murder in town, and there's some sort of mysterious element to it. It's a really pretty cover. I don't get what the bees are for, but I'm sure I'll find out. And then the rest, yep, these are now all from Headline, and most of them are romance read. It's in some description. The first one is All Wound Up by Jackie Burton. Not one that I would normally go for, but I'm prepared to give it a try. I think it's about a baseball player and a sports doctor in some way. So there's that one. Then the next one is The Art of Sinning by Sabrina Jeffries, a Regency romance novel. If you followed my channel at all, you'll know that I love Regency romance, so I'll definitely be reading this. I think I've only read one other book by Sabrina Jeffries, but I'm not sure. And then I have two books by Meredith Duran. I have Lady Be Good and Luck Be a Lady. I think they obviously are part of the same series in some way. Yeah, Rules for the Reckless series. So this is book 4 and 5. It took me a minute there. So yeah, I'm not an author I'm familiar with, but if it's Regency romance, I will definitely give it a try. Okay. The other book from Headline is by Jennifer E. Smith, and it's Hello, Goodbye and Everything in Between. I've only read one other book by this author, and it was The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. I read that when it first came out, and there was big hype and buzz around it, and I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as the hype suggested that I would. It was enjoyable, but I didn't see anything amazing about it. But I've not read anything by her since. But I'm definitely interested to check out more stuff from her, because I didn't hate The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, but I think maybe it was overhyped for me personally. I can't say. There wasn't anything truly amazing about it for me. But I'm hoping that I'll really enjoy this one. Okay, on to the books that I've purchased myself. The first one is Identical by Ellen Hopkins, and look at the shine on that. I bought this because I read Burned quite recently, and I absolutely loved it. And I basically just want to get... Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's extremely distracting. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, I read Burned recently, and it basically made me want to own every single one of Ellen Hopkins' books. But I didn't really know where to start, which one to purchase next. So I was reading through some of the descriptions, and I was drawn to this one. So I think... I mean, I'm definitely going to buy all of Ellen Hopkins' books. That's just not even in question. But I think this is the one that I want to read next. So there is that one. If you haven't read any Ellen Hopkins, I really suggest that you do, because I just loved Burned so much. Then I went into the Works. I don't go in there as often as I used to, because I haven't found that the Works has really had a great selection of books in the last sort of 6 months or so. When I've gone in there, I'm just like, oh, this is crap, essentially. But because there is one so close to where I work, I pass it nearly on a daily basis. So I went in there, and they had 3 Nora Roberts books that I don't already own, and they were in the 3 for £5 deal. So obviously I had to buy them, because again, if you've followed my channel for a while, you'll know that Nora Roberts books she's an author that I collect the books of. So the first one that I got is One Man's Art, and All the Possibilities. I think these are part of the McGregor's series, some sort of spin-off to the McGregors. And the McGregors is my favourite of the books of Nora Roberts that I own, because I really enjoyed the family story, like family sagas. where you have a big family and then they each get a story, and that's what I get with the McGregor, so I love them. And then the other one that I got is Summer Dreams, which is a bind up, I think. Yeah, it's 2 stories in one. Opposites Attract and The Heart's Victory are the 2 books that are in there. And then what else have we got here? I ordered on Amazon Alienated by Melissa Landers. I have been intrigued by this book by such a long time. It sounds a little bit like Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is one of my absolute favourite series. The Luck series by her is one of my absolute favourites. So it sounds a little bit like that, but also a little bit not like that. I don't want to say that it sounds exactly the same because it doesn't. But I've heard so many good things about this, and I really wanted to get it in hardback, but I debated. But yeah, I've got it in this one, and I know the sequel is out now in hardback. So I don't know when the paperback comes out, but I'll probably end up having to buy both of them in hardbacks because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I'm really excited by that one, and I think I might pick that one up soon. Then I bought Incan Bone by Rachel Caine, which the release of this just seemed to completely pass me by. I did not know this was coming out. Rachel Caine is the author of the Morganville Vampires, which I own all of them, but I'm painfully behind on actually reading. But this is a new book in a new series by her, and this is the book 1 in the Great Library, and it's set in a world where the ancient Great Library of Alexandria was never destroyed. Knowledge now rules the world, freely available but strictly controlled. Owning private books is a crime. It's a book about books. Now, clearly I had to have this, and I really like the cover to this. I also really, really like the US cover, but all the books that I have of Rachel Caine's are UK paperbacks, so obviously I needed to carry on with this. Then I bought 2 books in Asda. I bought The Isle of the Lost, a Descendants novel by Melissa de la Cruz. I haven't read anything by Melissa de la Cruz, but what grabbed my eye with this one is it's basically the book of what is going to be a Disney Channel series. Obviously, I'm a little bit old for the Disney Channel now, but it's basically about the children of villains. I think it's Jafar's son. I did know. There's a whole cast of essentially. I don't know who else is in it. Basically, Disney villains. They were all captured and put on an island, and their children as well. So you've got the children, and I think they're trying to find the Dragon Eye, which is the only hope for the villains to escape. So I love that it's all about villains and their kids, and I just think it's going to be really, really fun. Love the cover, and I hope it's amazing, and I will probably check out the TV show as well, even though I'm 23. Let's not talk about that. The other book that I bought in Asda was School for Good and Evil, The Last Ever After by Soman Chainani. You may be looking at me and thinking, but Erin, when you reviewed School for Good and Evil, you didn't like it. And you'd be right. I didn't like it. I hate to say it, but I do own the first one, the second one, and it's shallow, but they have some of the most beautiful covers ever. Look at them. Look at them. I had to have it, knowing that they have such beautiful covers, and I already have the first and the second book on my shelf. I needed it, and it was in Asda, so it wasn't too expensive, so I didn't feel quite so bad about it. That's my excuse anyway. Then I bought a book in Sainsbury's. I bought The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I bought this at the same time that I bought the 2 colouring books. I've heard a lot about this. I didn't know whether I was going to read it or not. I've put off buying it, but it was £3.85 for the paperback, so I thought then it's not too much of a loss if I don't like it. If I do like it, then I might repurchase the hardback, because obviously the second book, The Invasion of Tearling, is out now, and they are beautiful hardbacks, but I just didn't know if I was that interested in the series that I wanted to go for that. but if I enjoy it, then I will purchase the hardbacks. The last 2 books that I have to show you are hardbacks, and they're both pre-orders. The first one, I actually can't believe that I'm holding it in my hands because it's been such a long time coming. I actually feel like I must be in some sort of alternate reality where this book was actually published, and the real me is still sat waiting for this to be released. Yeah, and that's Oblivion by Kelly Cray, the 3rd and final book in the Nevermore trilogy, which I never ever thought I would hold. This book has been pushed back so many times. I read Nevermore when it first came out, I believe in 2010 or 2011, and then the second book, In Shadowed, was supposed to come out the next year, but it got pushed back, so we had to wait 2 years, and now we've had to wait again for the third one. This has been pushed back at least 3 or 4 times. I really enjoyed Nevermore, and I actually reread it July. By the time you see this, it will be September. Confusing. And I just loved it again, and so I definitely want to finish the series because it's one I love. And then the final book that I have to show you is The Borbon Kings by J.R. Ward. This is a contemporary novel by her, the first in the new contemporary series. I've never read any of her contemporary novels. She writes most of her contemporary stuff under Jessica Bird, which I've never read. But this is her latest offering. I love the cover. I love the inside of this as well. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews for this. But I definitely wanted to check it out. And yeah, so here we go. I think it's a family sort of drama and bit like that. I think it's a bit like Dallas, in all honesty. But yeah, so that's everything that I have to show you book wise. I forgot to show you this when I showed you the other things because I'm all over the place today. I had a really late night last night. But another thing that I picked up a Waterstones, and it's a tote bag, and it's a canvas bag, and it just has Mr. Darcy on it there. I just loved it. Back when I first read Pride and Prejudice when I was like 13, you couldn't get anything like this, so I saw it and I had to have it. And I think it will come in handy. So that is now definitely everything that I have to show you guys. If you've read any of these books or you want to read any of these books, if I've added any of these books to your wish list, let me know in the comments down below. I always love to know. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good day. Happy reading.